In the days after conservative activist Charlie Kirk was shot and killed at Utah Valley University, a quieter but wide-ranging story began to unfold online. Dozens of people across the United States are now out of work or on leave because of what they posted about Kirk's death. Charlie Kirk, the 31-year-old founder of the youth organization Turning Point USA, was a prominent and often polarizing voice on issues such as gun rights, race, and LGBT policy. Police say a 22-year-old man, Tyler James Robinson, opened fire while Kirk was speaking, and Robinson now faces aggravated murder charges. Almost immediately, social media reactions split. Alongside messages of sympathy were posts that mocked or celebrated the killing. On X, formerly Twitter, and Facebook, users wrote things like, "Hearing that Charlie Kirk got shot and died really brightened up my day," called the shooting karma, or simply posted, "One Nazi down." Others resurfaced a 2023 Newsweek interview in which Kirk had said some gun deaths were, unfortunately, the price of Second Amendment rights. Employers noticed. Across public schools, universities, government agencies, and private companies, administrators argued that the tone of these posts violated workplace standards and damaged public trust. The result, a sudden wave of suspensions and firings. Educators have been hit hardest. Teachers, professors, and staff in at least 9 states have been dismissed or placed on administrative leave. Examples include a part-time instructor in North Carolina, an assistant cheer coach in Idaho, and an employee of a Texas school district. At Middle Tennessee State University, an assistant dean lost her job after writing she had zero sympathy. A University of Toronto professor was removed from teaching duties for saying that shooting is honestly too good for so many of you fascist cunts. The fallout extends well beyond schools. A FEMA data analyst is on leave over comments the agency called revolting and unconscionable. City employees, EMTs, restaurant workers in Milwaukee and California, a sports reporter in Arizona, and a Carolina Panthers communications staffer have all been disciplined or terminated. Why the hard line? In public statements, organizations have cited 2 main reasons. First, they say the posts conflict with stated values and could tarnish reputations with customers, students, and taxpayers. Second, they argue that celebrating violence creates a hostile atmosphere that undermines safety and morale. Florida's education commissioner even warned that teachers risk losing their certificates if online behavior erodes family trust. That stance has reignited a familiar debate. Where does free speech end and professional responsibility begin? The First Amendment limits government censorship, but it rarely shields employees from workplace consequences. Most American workers are at will, meaning they can be dismissed for any lawful reason, including public social media activity, if an employer believes it harms the organization. Legal scholars point out that the key question is often whether off-duty speech disrupts operations or damages an employer's mission. Some argue teachers' private opinions shouldn't matter if they stay out of the classroom. Others counter that praising violence is inherently disruptive, especially when educators are responsible for modeling civil behavior. Meanwhile, conservative influencers have accelerated the process. Personalities like Laura Loomer and the Libs of TikTok account have been reposting offensive comments and tagging employers by name. An anonymously registered website promises to expose Charlie's murderers by crowdsourcing tips on anyone supporting political violence online. Government agencies are also stepping in. The Texas Education Agency has opened investigations into teachers who shared what it calls reprehensible content. Several school districts are updating employee training to emphasize that personal social media can still be grounds for discipline. The rapid firings over Charlie Kirk posts underscore how thin the line has become between private expression and professional liability. A single late-night comment, visible to the world, can cost a career in hours. Whether one views that as accountability or overreach, the episode is a vivid reminder that in the digital age, our personal and public selves are never fully separate, and that employers, more than courts, often decide where the limits of free speech lie.